Welcome to the second episode in my podcast. Today, our topic is what is the effect of social media on teens' body image? Today, my special guest is Rebecca. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Rebecca. I'm in grade 9. I am a student at Holy Trinity School.
So, this time I decided to bring someone that's 1 year younger than us, since with personal experience, I've seen that social media is negatively affecting younger and younger people each year. And I personally know like family, friends that are in grade 7 and 8 that are already deeply affected by social media. While when I was that age, I had just gotten a phone. I really didn't wasn't involved in social media. I want to ask you, Rebecca, who are some like influences that you look up to, male, female, anything?
Some big influencers I look up to personally would be like Madison Beer, like Kylie Jenner.
And people like that, we all know that they're low to mid 20s. They've all gotten work done, like plastic surgery. And I think that they could be great role models, but unfortunately, that they spark a lot of insecurities with younger people around your age.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I believe that as people start hitting elementary school, they become more aware of social media. They get really into it, and parents also allow it at a young age. And when social media is accessed at a young age, they become obsessed with useless things like likes and followers. And it also, like their feed, it just attacks them as these supermodels, as you said, who have gotten work done. They compare themselves as those supermodels are the beauty standard.
Yeah.
And even myself personally, and I even see it in my little sister who is 9 years old, I can see her comparing herself like to these unrealistic beauty standards that obviously have been influenced by like social media.
Actually, in a survey that was done that I researched, 548 girls from grade 10 to 12 they self-reported how often they use social media or read fashion magazines, things related around that. And they measured their altitudes related to weight control, dieting, and exercise. From these results, they had realized those who are more involved in social media, they read more fashion magazines, they are twice as likely to have dieted before, and they're 3 times more likely to have gone through a fitness program to lose weight compared to the infrequent readers. Another topic that I wanted to talk about was the kind of double standard that exists with guys. So I feel like the double standard is that guys can't really experience problems with body issues, and I think like a lot of boys feel uncomfortable dealing with this. An example of this is a website called Body Mojo. This website was like programmed to support youth and teens to deal with body issues, and they had been pretty successful with girls, but not that successful with guys. Why do you think that is?
I think it's because now in society, like guys are really like double standard and they are stereotyped as like, no, guys can't have problems, like man up, like you can't cry or anything. And this makes them feel cornered and pressured and struggle to seek help and get help with their issues. And which is why they keep all their issues hidden and bottled away, which really has a toxic impact on your mental health.
Do you think any male influencers like influence this in social media? Has a byproduct of male influencers created this stereotype?
I feel like when you see like in any type of show or like fit into like any Instagram model that's a guy, they always have these like six packs and everything like that. And I feel like even though I'm not a guy, but if I were a guy, like I'd be like, wow, like that's what I need to have
Mm-hmm.
to get like attention from girls or validation from girls. And it's really just wrong because like you don't need looks for that. And it's just something that I wish people would realize that it's looks aren't everything. And but like now people with social media, it matters if you get a certain amount of likes, you're worthy to a certain like thing. So
And that's often the problem, that guys with a certain physique or like for certain facial features, they are often more sexualized with girls, and that's what a teen guy would prefer. That's what they want. So they look up to those people and deal with their problems in harmful ways. The UK National Health Service had done a study between 2001 and 2011, which was like the whole burst of social media, and that the hospital admissions for men with eating disorders had actually risen by two-thirds. What do you think
Wow.
about that?
I think that on both sides that the main issue is the access to social media at a young age. When social media is in the hands of someone at a young age, like it starts with them since they were young and it continually grows with them. Also, the social media community can be really toxic and negative and like not supportive. I feel like if there was more supportiveness and like body positivity and like more bringing each other up instead of bringing each other down, then it would be such a better community. But unfortunately, it lacks all the supportiveness that it should have, and now everybody has getting a toxic and negative impact off of it.
Talking about like a specific social media, I think it's more thought that Instagram has more of an effect on poor body image issues with teens, but I think that TikTok has become a new social media that's destructing people's self confidence and body image. What do you think about TikTok? How do you think TikTok is helping this issue?
I agree with you 100%. I've seen how Instagram has taken ways to like reduce the amount of negativity as only the owner of the post can see the amount of likes it gets.
Mhm.
So as a viewer, like you don't know the likes, so it's just like, oh, I don't know how much this person got, so it doesn't really matter. But on TikTok, like there's a lot of like views, and you can see views, you can see likes, you can see comments, everything. And so like if a certain girl or guy does something and that gets a lot of views or comments or likes, like it'll teach the younger children who are on the app to do these certain
Like
things,
that's what's
which
right.
if not, yeah, exactly. Like they see all these super skinny supermodels and they look down at themselves and they think, why don't I look like that? And she's getting all these likes, so I must have to look like that. And they do horrible things to themselves. And it's just like, why are you doing that? Like,
I actually showed you a TikTok yesterday. I remember sending it. That was just on my For You page, and it was this young girl just like body shaming herself. And TikTok tends to, I talked about this in my last video, that TikTok tends to put more attractive people. They have an algorithm for it. They tend to put those people higher on the For You page, let those people get more attention. And I think even besides supermodels, TikTok has become a new platform for even people your age to show themselves off on TikTok, which has been very damaging for our generation. Um, and TikTok is kind of like the evolved social media. Before, there was a study conducted by, his name was Davis, and he was studying the body shape and weight of Playboy magazines over 2 decades to see if there was any like big changes in the ideal body weight or shape. So from 1978 to 1999, 70% of the women were actually underweight, and still 75% of them felt like they were overweight. Today, 44% of adolescent girls believe that they are overweight, and 60% are currently trying to lose weight, while majority of young girls were within normal weight ranges. And
wow.
yeah, I think I can speak for both of us that both of us have seen someone on TikTok or something on TikTok which has either motivated us or hurt us more.
Oh, for sure. And these negative things and toxic things and mindsets on TikTok, it causes like the viewer to like, this is how eating disorders start and everything. And eating disorders are something that like nobody should go through.
Yeah.
Everybody should, they shouldn't like, they should love themselves instead of bring themselves down. But social media has built up this hate and has built up the insecurities for us. And instead of loving ourselves, it's caused us to hate ourselves and be insecure.
And I've seen a lot of articles as well on how TikTok is making girls and guys sexualize themselves. guys or girls could just post a very simple video of themselves where they're just attractive, and you will see people in comments telling them, "Ooh, make an OnlyFans," which like someone could be underage, and they're just promoting people to do more sexual acts, which could lead someone to saying, "Okay, maybe that's what people want," and for them to fit in, they would go through struggles, they would go through self embarrassment just to fit into what people want.
Oh, for sure. It's this like need for like likes. It's this need for like validation from
Hmm.
these random strangers. I don't know like why people are letting these random people's opinions matter to them. Like it should be like social media has been encouraging all sorts of wrong behavior. Like people should not be looking at a 15-year-old girl who is just doing nothing, just living her life and thinking these inappropriate things, pushing these uncomfortable thoughts and images onto her. And it's just really a really toxic community.
And it's becoming normalized. Something I talked about in my last video as well. There's huge creators like Tony Lopez or Zoe Laverne. They've been like exposed for sexualizing underage people while they are both over the age of 18, and they still have this huge platform. Like it's kind of becoming normalized as it's not a big thing.
And that's absolutely disgusting. I don't know why. Like the reason like TikTok hasn't taken them down, and it's only because they're a big creator, they're a big like they're
Hmm.
really popular on the app and they're good looking too. Like if they weren't somebody, if they weren't as attractive, then they would be taken down. But like take Peaches for example,
Hmm.
she did inappropriate acts and everything, and she wasn't the prettiest, but she her account got taken down due to her actions. But you see Tony Lopez and Zoe
Hmm.
Laverne,
Yeah.
who people do find attractive, and they haven't had their account taken away. So
It's
it only promotes and supports this inappropriate behavior.
And I think that kind of leads me to my next video, which I'll talk about like later with my next guest. But the addictiveness of social media and how TikTok knows that these creators are doing such big things, but since these influencers have tens of millions of followers and they're getting more money from them, they attract people like that. By them getting into like a scandal, which we see someone like Trisha Paytas doing all the time, by getting into a scandal, they're getting their name out there. They're making more money out of it eventually. They're just, in some way, they're just promoting themselves more.
And it's disgusting too. They should be building up other people, but
Mm-hmm.
instead they just want what for themselves. It's just greed, this want, this crave for themselves.
And I think influencers support bad products as well. Like we've seen guys with six packs that we talk about promote like little like ab muscle trainers that they've been proven to do nothing. Doctors have talked about it, but they're still getting paid by these companies. While they will go do things like work out intensely or take steroids, they will put this on and be like, "Look, you use this, you'll have a body like me." And that's one, making money for the company, making money for the influencer, and influencing kids to buy something that just harms them, or they see it's not working and just hurts them more.
Yeah, it's the lying that goes on. Like many celebrities have not come forward about their surgeries and their work
Hmm.
done, and it only like tells the little kids that yeah, no, this is completely normal, you should be looking like this. And it's just really toxic. I feel like if you have work done, you should be able to own it and admit it. The same thing goes for Photoshop. Many kids aren't aware of the amount of Photoshop that goes on, even on TikToks,
Yeah.
but main Instagram, like they aren't aware of that, and they have no clue what Photoshop is. And so they just think that's normal. They think that's, oh, that's the beauty standard. If I don't look like that, I'm not beautiful. And they're wrong.
In general, I think influencers have become corrupt. I think that there are influencers on TikTok like Lizzo, and they promote body positivity. And I think social media can be a great thing. It can influence a lot of kids in great ways. But unfortunately, to fit with TikTok's algorithms, to be famous, since everything is about likes and followers now, to be famous, you have to fit in with a certain category, and that category is just being generally to society being attractive, which it hurts kids a lot.
And then you see like the creators who do support like body positivity, such as Lizzo, they get made fun of
Oh
and they
yeah.
joke about, and it's just like the fact that they're being joked about just for like wanting to spread body positivity because they know that there is a younger audience watching is just ridiculous. It's like those kind of people are the problem,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just really
Yeah.
sad to see.
I'm glad you brought that up. I actually I didn't think about that. But like yeah, when you go through her TikTok comments, they're like, "Oh, like cover up. Like we don't want to see that." Or like it's as simple as just scrolling. Like you don't have to regard the video. If you don't feel comfortable, you don't have to regard it. But it's the way that we've come to the place where someone will spend their time to write a hate comment rather than working on themselves to become a better person.
It's so embarrassing. It's you take time out of your day to try and make someone feel bad, and that person is all just about trying to bring other people up. It's like, how sad can you be that you just want to
Mm-hmm.
tear other people down? It's like embarrassing.
I want to ask you, do you think there will be a change? Like, personally, I think this situation is honestly going to be worse, and there's really nothing we can do to stop it since our whole world is under these hands. TikTok, 800 million people have TikTok, a lot of them being kids. They easily can manipulate a child into wanting a certain body shape, which that can eventually lead to selling a specific product. The whole world is under their hands. Do you think anything's going to change, or will this just continue?
I feel it will continue for a
Mm-hmm.
while, and it's definitely going to take a lot to change, but I'm really hoping for change, and I feel like it can be done, though it will be a lot of work. But there's always going to be those negative people in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't get rid of them. There's always going to be that. They're always going to be there. So I feel like as long as you just make sure that, like, your friends know, like, your loved ones know that, like, hey, like this isn't the beauty standards. Like, don't worry. Like, you are fine the way you are. And you just watch them. Because, like, myself, like, I'm just making sure my little sister doesn't,
Yeah.
like, get under the influence of, oh, you have to be skinny to be pretty. You have to be skinny to be perfect. It's like, watch out for your family and your loved ones. And if we all started doing that gradually, there would be a change.
And that was honestly the whole purpose I was trying to, the whole like thing I was trying to get out with my podcast. We had to choose different topics, and I chose to like go my own route and talk about the issues with social media because I think it's something that's not really talked about in our age. There's a lot of adults talking about it, how, oh, like, yes, workout, stay in shape, and adults, I feel they're not that affected by it, but I think there should be more people our age worried about this issue and caring. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you say that because I feel like the adults are wiser, they know more, and if you see they're not affected by it, then why
Mhm.
should you be? And like teen minds and even younger are easily manipulated and easily like can be easily influenced by all these horrible things. So
I think that pretty much wraps up our video. I want to thank you for being here. And yeah, I think we're good.